Bien, merci. Je crois que la réponse à cette question revient sur la première question que vous avez posée au président Mahama. En fait, c'est celle du rôle de l'ONU. Si aujourd'hui mon pays a été attaqué de manière ostentatoire et que ça n'est pratiquement pas ému grand monde, ça veut dire que le droit international est totalement remis en cause. Comment se fait-il qu'un pays, l'intégrité d'un pays puisse être violée comme ça, ses habitants être massacrés, sans qu'il n'y ait de sanctions contre le pays
of a country
qui
has been attacked,
Cela donc pose la question
that people is being massacred without another country being held accountable for that. And I think that puts the role of the United Nations into question, because it, I think, reacts in two speeds, in a way, in two ways, whether it is a weak country, a less privileged country or not. And I think that very much puts multilateralism into question. But coming back to your question, I think the entire multilateral system has to be rethought to make sure that a mission like the MONUSCO mission, usually we are talking about UN missions, that they have more ways to act, and that they can actually protect people on site, and that they can actually make sure that international law and humanitarian law is respected. And I think as long as we've not solved this question of multilateralism, as long as it's not really been made clear what role international organizations such as the United Nations play, the international law is going to be disrespected by different parties. And this is a conflict that has been going on for over 20 years in the DRC. The mission has been here for many, many years as well, with the task of providing stability and protecting the people. Today, over 7 million people have been displaced in the DRC, internally displaced, and that is also due to the most recent actions taken by Rwanda. Rwanda has repeatedly provoked such situations for many years, and there have not been any countermeasures taken, no measures taken to ascertain the territorial integrity of the DRC. And that, of course, leads to reactions, and other countries might use that as a role model. It's a precedent that is created. Now, of course, it's a complex issue. The entire conflict itself is very complex, but I think we quickly have to tackle these issues, because in particular on our continent, on the African continent, this can set a precedent.
Je vais commencer par la dernière question sur les discussions avec le président du Rwanda.
I'll start with the last question about talking with the president of Rwanda. Yes, we've done that on 15th of December. A peace agreement was supposed to be signed, or negotiations were supposed to take place, but he did not come. He attacked us, and he violated the integrity of our borders. And for this reason, the question should be posed to him. And given the most recent events, of course, that is an affront, and we now have to address that. We are resolved to regain the integrity of our territory, and we will achieve that. It's now up to the international community to take on responsibility. The international community is armed, and it has supported Rwanda in the past. Rwanda is exploiting Congo's resources, so it's up to the international community to do everything to prevent this conflict spreading in the region, because we will not accept this kind of behavior. But there are other countries too that feel threatened. Burundi, for example, they've closed their borders to Rwanda, and there are also other countries that are thinking of what kind of position to take. And of course, it could lead to a spillover in the region. We will assume our responsibility, that's clear, but it's